Hey guys, what's up? It is Dangeles and welcome back to part number 4 of the Brick Mansion Let's Build or tutorial. I'm back again today and let's go ahead and jump right into the building. First off, at the end of last episode, we got this part of the house completed. We got it figured out. This is probably the toughest part of the house. So now that we got this out of the way, we're looking good to try to finish up the exterior of the house today besides the garage area. So basically, I want to connect this wall here to that wall over there and then wrap up the roof as well. So that's pretty ambitious for one episode, but I think we can get it done. So let's just jump right into it. We're gonna start over here, okay? So basically at the start of the second episode, we started to turn the wall over here and I guess head towards the back of the house. So we're gonna be doing the exact same thing on the other side of the front. So basically, if we count this off, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? So what we're going to want to do is actually take this and basically just copy it to the other side, just mirror exactly what we did. So let's go ahead and do that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 total blocks. If you want to just confirm that it's lined up, you can actually take some bricks across down under here. Run them underneath of the flooring though, so it doesn't like block it. So as you can see, it's lined up, and obviously I'm going to be taking this down to the ground level anyway, since the grass is going to be running through here eventually. But just to make sure that it's lined up, you can do that. Just take it across just as a kind of like a check to make sure that everything is working good for you. Of course, we're going to start to turn it as well. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Jump a block and take this out 7. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the 7th block, of course, is going to be some pillared quartz. And we're going to take this all the way up to where it would be lined up with that block. I think we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And let's just go ahead and get the rest of this filled in with the bricks. So, guys, I want to just say real quick while I'm getting this filled in, thank you so much for the support on the series so far, 3 episodes in. And if you're building along, don't hesitate to send me a picture of the build on Twitter. The link to my Twitter account is in the description. So if you have a Twitter and you want to, share the build, by all means, send me a picture. That would be awesome. But anyway, we got this filled in. I'm going to take this out 1 extra block right here, and we're going to start to put in the windows. So same old song and dance we've been doing every episode. Just make sure that the windows are lined up. As you can see over here, there's going to be 1 block here and 1 block here separating the windows. So there should be 4 blocks in between here. So let's see. I actually didn't need to put this in. That was a mistake. So let me just disregard what I just did right there. But 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks across. So we're looking pretty good. So let's just go ahead and start to line this up. So we want to make sure that all the windows are lined up to each appropriate level. So we're going to put our upside down quartz stairs. We're going to put our 4 blocks of pillared quartz on each side of the window. And we're going to put our slabs on top and on bottom. Put a couple more bricks and a couple more upside down quartz stairs. Another lining of bricks. Again, a couple more bricks and some more quartz stairs. Rinse and repeat. And I would just make sure that every single time you finish a set of windows, just make sure that it is lined up properly with the other windows. That is just a very important thing to make sure that you check. And of course, we're going to get our glass blocks behind it. So that is going to be pretty good. So we have this corner here. We're going to add some bushes on it in a second. But let's go ahead and start to extend this roof. So basically, these quartz stairs are going to wrap around, run right in front of the window, and then go across right here, okay? So then we will kind of continue this later on, but let's go ahead and start to connect it over there. But just as a recap, we'll show it out in the front. Basically the exact same thing we have on the other side. If you fly like way out here, you can kind of see it a little bit better. It'll get filled in with more detail later on, but we're very good right now, so let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so this is where we ended up last episode. So this is where we're going to continue from here. And what we need to do is take this wall and make it 21 blocks wide. So we already have 1, so let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 here on the corner. And then I'm going to continue the quartz stairs, and then we're going to have them turn, in fact, and head back into this direction. So how many blocks do we want to take this out exactly? Well, I'm going to show you right now. It's going to be a total of 17 blocks. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, okay? The 17th block, by the way, should be a pillared quartz. So just make sure that you have that lined up properly. We're We're going to take this all the way down to the ground, so just you can connect it right there if you like. And the next thing we're going to do is take the stairs and continue them across and then spin them around the corner. And now you have the check that is the most important of all the checks. If this quartz stair lining connects to the other quartz stair lining in the front of the house, then you are absolutely golden. Boom, just like that. It lines up perfectly. Everything is exactly the way it should be, so we are in perfect shape. So next thing we want to do is get this wall filled in with some bricks. So just go ahead and just fill this wall in all the way down. If you're wondering if you want to take it all the way to the ground, yeah, you probably should. So I'm going to do that real quick. Again, this is all going to get terraformed later on. So you might be able to reserve these blocks if you're playing in survival mode building this. But if you're in creative, it obviously does not matter. I'm in creative, so I'm going to do it this way. But just keep in mind that if there's any blocks that are going to be underneath of the terraform, you can totally break those blocks and use them in a different spot on the house, since they're going to be covered up anyway if you're playing in survival. Obviously, that doesn't matter in creative because you guys know how creative works by now, right? Unlimited materials, so we're totally good. All right, so let's get this whole wall filled in, and then we're going to start working towards the back. But what we just did right there was the most important connection on the house. We've now wrapped it all the way around, and if you made sure that that connection is right, then everything else is going to be a piece of cake. And if it's not right, then I just make sure you just double check everything. Go back and recount, make sure you didn't like miss a block or something like that, because if you did, then that would obviously cause some problems. So, just make sure that you're double checking stuff, because, it's very easy to just miscount stuff. We're not all perfect. So let's go ahead and get this filled in right to there. And basically we're just going to have like a big flat brick wall right here. Looks pretty ugly from this angle, but it'll be much prettier later on. So let's go ahead and just continue the roof design. So let's go ahead and take some full blocks of quartz and just run those right on top of the upside down quartz stairs that we just placed that are connecting all the way around. So we'll just continue that exactly the way we did, wrapping it all the way around back to the front roof here. And we're going to turn the corner one last time, connect it right there. And then we're going to do our stair slab combo every other block. The corner, remember, is going to be a stair. And just make sure that on the other side it's a stair as well. So it looks like it is. So we're good. And, that kind of stuff needs to be symmetrical. So just keep that in mind. Every other block, stair and slab. This corner block right here should be a stair. Then you turn it. Stair, slab, stair, slab. You don't have to go back and forth in the inventory like I am. It's a little bit more tedious. But, just make sure that you're making sure that it's every other block. And just double check to make sure you didn't make any mistakes. So if you did it properly, the corner blocks here should always be stairs. They should always be stairs. They should never be slabs. And we are looking good on that front. So let's just continue this. I'm going to actually just go every other, going all the way down to the middle. The corner should, again, always be a stair. And if you connect it like that, it should look pretty good. So again, right here in this corner, you can have it go this way. You can have it go that way. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Whatever you prefer. I'll have it turning the way that I just placed it. And then we're just going to wrap this up by placing our last couple of upside down quartz slabs in those spots. And we're getting the roof put in, guys. This is fantastic. So let's just keep on working on this roof real quick. Next thing I'm going to do is take the stone brick slabs and run them right on top of the stair slab combo that we just placed, and have this wrap all the way around the corner here. And we'll connect this all the way through. And make sure that there's one stone brick slab that is going to be above here, that's floating, where there is no block underneath it. That's very important. And then we're going to continue this all the way down. And it's just like connecting a puzzle right now. It's super easy. Just follow the patterns. It's very simple. At this point, all you got to do is just connect slabs. That's pretty much it. The roof from this point on is very, very simple. We will get to more of it towards the end of this episode, but let's start to fill in this area of the wall, okay? First thing I'm going to do is get this entire wall filled in with bricks. And I said this a minute ago on that wall. Some of this is going to be covered up by other things. So if you're building this in survival, you don't have to fill this entire wall in. You absolutely don't need to, because a lot of these blocks are going to be covered up. If you want to just fill it all in and then break them later, you can do that as well. That's kind of what I did when I was building in survival, but you have to consider that I was building this in the first try in survival. Like, this was my first time building it when I built it in survival. So obviously there was a lot of trial and error that went into the build, which obviously you guys don't have to deal with because you're following a tutorial. That's one of the nice things about doing a tutorial. You don't have to deal with the trial of error of building. You know exactly what you're getting from the start, so that's always good. All right, So let's go ahead and get this whole wall filled in. Also, if you want to make this build a little bit more of your own, make it more unique from my design, you can switch up the block choice if you want, change whatever you want on it. I don't care, you know, it's totally up to you if you want to try to make it your own a little bit, or you can copy it exactly the way I'm doing it. It doesn't matter to me. That's why I'm here, guys. I'm making these videos. You know, there's no shame in copying the tutorial. That's the reason why I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and get both of these walls filled in here with bricks. We're going to add plenty of detail to them. Don't worry. It's not just going to be a standard brick wall here. It's going to have some bushes on it. It's going to have some windows. It's going to have a extra room that's actually going to be sticking out of this wall, which I think is one of my favorite parts of the house. We'll be getting to that soon. And of course, if you have already seen the completed exterior on Survival Island Season 4, which I'm sure many of you guys have, you know exactly what the house looks like from this angle. So it's really all about now just knowing exactly what the dimensions are and stuff like that, which is obviously very important if you're following along. So we've got two more rows, or two more columns, I should say, to fill in right here and get rid of that little block that was misplaced. And let's go ahead and see what this is looking like from a distance. So we just basically have this just brick wall. It's flat and bland. There's really nothing going on it. So we got to add some stuff to it. So let's just jump into it. First thing I'm going to do is start to add some windows. I'm going to come 2 blocks in from the corner and break 4 blocks right here, jump 2 more blocks and break 4 more. And you guys guessed it, the window design is back again. We're going to be adding some windows in right here. And I'm going to place the upside down quartz stairs, the slabs as well. We'll put the black stained glass on the inside. And before you go any further, make sure that you check to see that these windows are lined up. You can just follow the line, follow your cursor all the way across. Make sure that they're lined up with the other side. Just keep following it. And if you line it up with the slab, you should be good to go. There's other ways you can check it. You know, you can take the glass across right here and just make sure it's lined up with that. Looks like it is, so we're good. Just make sure, though. You don't want anything to be unsymmetrical and out of place. You got to do the double checks. You have no excuse to not double check stuff if you're in creative mode, so just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and drop down 1 block, place some upside down stairs. We're going to punch open 4 blocks on this side, 4 blocks on this side. You know, I sound like a broken record with these window designs, but they are the same throughout the whole house. I can't emphasize that enough. So by now you should be able to kind of just put these in with ease, with really even out of having to look at the tutorial. Honestly, I'm just kind of hearing me talk about it. But we're going to add our last couple of upside down stairs underneath there, just like that. As far as like how many blocks this is off the ground, it doesn't matter as long as the windows are lined up on the inside, so you don't even really have to count that. So we're looking good. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually come out 2 blocks from the corner here and add a couple more windows. Well, actually just 1 more window. So let's do our 4 blocks right here and break open this, and 4 more blocks of pillared quartz right here. The stairs, the slabs, the whole 9 yards, everything you got to add. We'll do it on this side as well. And there we go. Alright, so that window should be lined up 2 blocks away from the corner right here, 2 blocks away from the corner right there, and just make sure that your cursor follows that right across, and we are looking absolutely fantastic. So next thing I'm going to do is come 2 blocks away from the corner right here and add another window, guys. Don't worry, only a few more. You know, lots of windows on this house. The windows just make it pop. The contrast of, I've always noticed that the contrast of quartz and bricks, or really just any white block in the game with bricks, it just has that really perfect contrast. Almost honestly like that realistic contrast. It's got a very Georgian style theme, plantation theme kinda, so it's very much a authentic thing. So again, over here, 2 blocks away from the pillared quartz. 2 blocks away from the pillared quartz, so not 3 blocks away from the edge, or 3 blocks away from the edge, I should say, not 2 blocks. 3 blocks away from the edge, 2 blocks away from the pillared quartz. We are going to add another window right here. So it's just window Rama up in here. So let's just go ahead and add these last few windows. This is actually like the last main one we're going to add for a little bit. So let's go on the inside of this as well. And there we go. Alright, so let's take a quick recap of how this is looking. So we have 5 total windows here. 2 on that wall, 2 on that wall. So those seem like really out of place and random. But I promise you that they are going to be lined up with a balcony up here. So you can actually do this check right now. I'm going to grab some spruce planks. And basically what you want to do is take the spruce plank lines that we've added throughout the entire second floor of the house and then run them right across pretty much in the middle of these two windows here, because we're going to have a 2x2 doorway opened up right there. And this is going to be a balcony here up on the second level of the house. So you can add that. That's basically where the stairs are going to, that's where the stairs are going to be placed, right on top of the doors. And there's going to be a whole balcony area there. So the question is, where exactly do I start with this balcony area? Well, I will show you guys right now. We're going to get started on this right away. Alright guys, so to add this extra room here on this corner of the house, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to start off by taking 8 blocks of bricks out, 1 block in from this pillared quartz. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the corner here is going to be 1 block of pillared quartz. So that should be 9 blocks total right there, 8 with brick and 1 with pillared quartz. And then you can have this run all the way across and connect back to this side of the house. And if you count this off, it should be 16. So I'm going to count it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 on the corner, so we're looking good. So now what I want you guys to do is basically just take up a brick wall that's going to run right about lines up with this top upside down stair on that window, and just kind of have this go across, and you can again connect it down through here, and again just take up this pillared quartz straight through, and then basically just fill this whole wall in, right? Just get it all filled in. We're going to punch some holes open in it and add some windows, but just as a base layer, let's just get the whole brick wall filled in, and then I'll just kind of walk you guys through it through there. It's a little bit easier for me to walk you through it with the whole wall filled in, so I can punch holes in the wall instead of kind of working around it. I think it's just a little bit easier way to explain it. So obviously, let's just get this whole wall filled in first, and then we can start to explain some of these windows here. So let's go ahead and get this going here. Almost got it. One more level. And one more column right now. And boom. There we go. Alright. So here's how this is going to work, guys. These windows are going to be lined up with these windows here, okay? So what I want you to do is basically take your upside down quartz stairs and have them lined up with your cursor. Run it straight across over to this wall. And just basically go in, I don't know, maybe 2 blocks into this wall and put an upside down quartz stair there. And basically just open up the rest of this until you're 2 blocks away from the pillared quartz over here. And fill this in with upside down stairs. Let's get it all filled in right there. Again, just to reiterate, 2 blocks away from the pillared quartz right here, 2 blocks away from the corner right there. So that's basically how you want to do that. And then what I'm going to do next is place 3 blocks of pillared quartz just to the left of these upside down stairs and above them. And same thing on this side, 3 blocks. And then again, just to the right on that side, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is basically just punch open this whole wall. And there's just going to be one big window throughout this space, okay? Just one big window. And there's going to be some, details added to it. But just to start off with that. Next thing I'm going to do is place some upside down quartz stairs on top right here. Just break these blocks and replace. And they should be basically parallel to the upside down quartz stairs on the bottom, just on the top. So basically there's just kind of like this pillared quartz holding up those 2 separations between the quartz stairs, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is place a lining of slabs on top here and on bottom. So one thing you might notice right away is that these windows aren't quite as tall as these windows. They're a little bit shorter. That's supposed to be like that, okay? I'm going to show you guys some alternatives later in the series, but for now, that is what it's supposed to be. So just don't make sure that you have that right. You're not wrong if it is correct. So let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to basically just punch open that entire thing right there, 2 blocks away from the corner, and just replace it with pillared quartz. Same thing over there. Come 2 blocks into the window design, break the whole thing, and replace with pillared quartz like that. And then the last thing you gotta do is come on the inside here and just fill in the blanks with your glass. And then boom, you got yourself our first window right here, okay? So just like that. Next thing you want to do, open up this wall. You don't have to open up all of it right now, but we will be opening up most of it later. Just open up this wall and just make sure that the spruce planks or the floor block you're using is lined up with these windows. So again, just take it across. If it's if there's 1 block in between the planks and the glass, you are perfect. So we are looking good on this front. Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and work on this top part now. So basically right above these upside down stairs we placed, we're going to put a lining of more upside down stairs directly out in front of it and wrapping around the corner here and connecting to the pillared quartz on this side, just like that. Next thing I'm going to do is place some full blocks of quartz right on top of that. And you already might be recognizing that this is going to be the same design that we've been doing on the top part of the roof, but there's just kind of like an extra portion of it right here. So we have that running across. And then you want to start from the corner here because you know that the corner, as I've said before, is always going to be stairs. So you just want to start from that part. You can go every other block, connecting all the way to the wall over here. Just keep in mind that the block next to the wall is going to be a stair. So if that is absolutely correct if you have it like that. So we can kind of continue it down through here. And then on this side, what we're going to do is same exact thing. Just take it across down through here. The block right in front of the pillared quartz on this side should be a stair. Just keep that in mind as well. Just a couple of checkpoints. And just like that, we kind of have the same exact design on the top part of the roof on like this, I guess, newer space. So next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take some pillared quartz blocks and run them straight through. So you have kind of like the line on the corner here. Run that straight through. You can go ahead and put a quartz slab on top of that. And then I'm going to run some pillared quartz blocks straight down through here and connect to the wall on both sides. And now another key thing that you need to check right now is, are these spruce planks lined up with these pillared quartz blocks? Let's see. They are 100%, so just make sure you check that. And if you are good on that standpoint, then you're looking great, honestly. There's no issues at all. So we're going to get this whole thing filled in right now, actually. We're just going to kind of take this around the corner here, fill it on in, and you should be looking pretty good. Same thing that I mentioned a few episodes ago. If you would like, you can swap out those brick blocks for some spruce wood. Again, I personally think that looks a little bit better, so that's what I would recommend to you guys. But of course, you know, just do whatever you want to do. This is just a tutorial. You don't have to follow it block for block. Alright, so we'll get this whole thing filled in like that. And then really all we're going to do is place some upside down quartz stair railings connecting to the wall. Nothing too fancy here. Pretty much standard protocol, exactly what we've been doing throughout the build. This is a build of themes, right? We follow the same theme throughout the whole build. Alright, so just like that, we kind of have that corner figured out. We have this balcony. So this is basically just like a balcony here on the second level. And it creates like this cool design, right? But we're not done yet. We still have more to do. We have this wall right here. And now this part is optional. Actually, I have a window here on the original design. I'm going to show you how to build it. But you don't have to. You can leave this blank. You can just leave it bricks if you want. And there's a couple of different things you can do. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to come 1 block away from the corner. And you're going to break until you're 3 blocks away from right here. So 1 block away from here, 3 blocks away from right there. And you're going to place some upside down stairs. 3 blocks of pillared quartz right up against the corner. And then 3 more on this side. So there should be 2 brick blocks in between the 2 pillared quartz there. And then we're going to do some more quartz stairs underneath like that. Break open this whole thing. It should be a 4x3 of block breaking. And then you can go ahead and put some slabs on top, some slabs on the bottom. Come in here and fill in the blanks with the black stained glass. So one thing you might be wondering right now when you look at this is, Dan, why is it unsymmetrical? Should it be moved over 1 block to the right? Well, on the outside, yes, it absolutely should be. And it would definitely look better on the outside, but for the interior, it makes a lot more sense to have it this way for one reason and one reason alone, and that's because of the way the double stack works out. So I will get to that in more detail later. If you have it 1 block over, I guess it's fine. You know, I personally wouldn't do that. Let me show you what it looks like. Again, it'll make more sense later on if you have it 1 block over. I'll show you guys real quick, and I'll leave it like it symmetrical, I guess, for now. But once we get to the inside, we're going to have to change it back, so just keep that in mind. Because of just the way the double stack works in terms of the floor plan. And of course, you can modify the floor plan so this works. You know, that's totally okay. I'm fine with that. I'll show you how to do that. But just keep in mind that this is going to be a slightly unsymmetrical window. And you know, I just want to make sure that I cover all of these things. I don't want to leave any stone unturned here. I don't want to confuse you guys. You know, so that's why we're covering it. Let's go ahead and fill that in right there and just get these last couple of brick blocks filled in. And boom, that's the way it looks symmetrical. Obviously a lot better. So we'll leave it like that for now, but don't be surprised if I change it later. So next thing I'm going to do is start to put in some terraforming, guys. We are doing some excellent progress here. I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming right now as I wrap up this episode. I'm also going to start to connect the dots on the roof. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But this is looking great so far. Really, we have the walls finished, except for the garage, which is what we're going to work on next episode. But basically, let me go ahead and grab some grass blocks real quick. And just like we did on the other side, the grass is going to run through right below this plane. Just keep it straight on this line, wrap it around the corner, and pretty much just make it so it's not floating anymore, right? We've been building this floating house for 4 episodes. So eventually, we got to actually get to the point where we're going to start to terraform this. So we're not quite ready to wrap it around the corner just yet because there's going to be a tunnel here, which we're going to build next episode. But just keep it in mind that the terraform is going to start very soon, and it continues over here as well. And we will work on it later, but we're not ready to work on it just yet. And I am going to show you guys some alternatives for the garage. The garage alternative is actually just to place it right here at the bottom. So I will be showing that alternative later on. But just keep in mind that we are going to be adding a tunnel here and a garage at the beginning of next episode. But let's wrap up this episode with some roof work. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to connect these stone slabs across, or these stone brick slabs, I should say. This part is super self-explanatory. Like, I don't even need to explain this. All you got to do is just follow the pattern all the way around and connect the dots. I set it up for you, so it's that easy, okay? So what I'm going to do is just speed up the video real quick and just get this whole thing filled in, and then I'll update you guys once it is filled in. Alright guys, here we go. We got ourselves a completed roof. We got it filled in. Just a couple of things to keep in mind. The distance from this corner here and this corner here is going to be the same as the distance from this corner here to this corner there. So what that means is that the peak of this part of the roof should be lined up with the other side. Just keep that in mind. This part of the roof should be lower, in fact 1 slab lower than this middle part. And then the part that is above the front windows is going to be a couple of slabs taller as well. And there's going to be an extra part here that's going to get filled in next episode. But we are looking very good. So just make sure that this is open right now. We'll fill the rest of that in later. I'll explain it in more detail at the start of next episode. But guys, look at this. We have a nice looking house filled in after 4 episodes. Next episode, again, I will complete the roof, finish it up completely, add the other 2 chimneys, and then we're going to add the garage as well next episode. And we should be able to finish up the exterior in 5 parts, which is awesome. So that's exactly what I was hoping for. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following along with the tutorial. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you are following along and you have everything built to this point, if you want to send me a picture on Twitter, feel free to do so. Again, my Twitter information is in the description of this video. And if you're just watching to follow the Let's Build, if you're not even building along, if you're just watching for the entertainment of it, thank you so much to you as well. And guys, I'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.